أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لقد أرسلنا رسلنا بالبينات وأنزلنا معهم الكتاب والميزان ليقوم الناس بالقسط. صدق الله العظيم.
نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يوم تأتي كل نفس تجادل عن نفسها وتوفى كل نفس ما عملت وهم لا يظلمون. صدق الله العظيم. Recall the day when every soul will come disputing on its own behalf, arguing in the defense for itself. وَتُوَفَّى كُلُّ نَفْسٍ, and every soul will be paid in full مَا عَمِلَتْ, whatsoever it would have done, whatsoever it would have earned. وَهُمْ لَا يُظْلَمُونَ, and they will not be wronged. وَضَرَبَ اللَّهُ مَثَلًا قَرْيَةً كَانَتْ آمِنَةً مُطْمَئِنَّةً, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala strikes a similitude of a township which was at peace. قَرْيَةً كَانَتْ آمِنَةً مُطْمَئِنَّةً, contented. يَأْتِيهَا رِزْقُهَا رَغَدًا مِنْ كُلِّ مَكَانٍ, and all the requirements, the food, etc., used to come to it from all the places, from every place. فَكَفَرَتْ بِأَنْعُمِ اللَّهِ, then it became ungrateful for the blessings of Allah. فَأَذَاقَ اللَّهُ لِبَاسَ الْجُوعِ وَالْخَوْفِ, so Allah let it taste the garment of hunger and of fear. بِمَا كَانُوا يَصْنَعُونَ, because of what they used to do. Regarding this simile, there are three views of the exegesis. One is that it is common, not a particular city or township mentioned here. The other is that it is the story of the nation of Saba in Yemen. And the third, which I prefer, is that here actually a similitude is given for Makkah itself. Makkah was at peace, no doubt, place of peace. Number two, the fruit from all the sides, from whole of the world coming to it. And it was so before also, just as it is today. But when Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he was appointed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to call the people of Makkah towards Tawheed, to believe in one God, to worship one God, and to believe in resurrection, and to take to the right path. And now the people refuse to accept him. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for their chastisement, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala produced a famine over there. And that is actually mentioned over here, because it's the rule of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَنُذِيقَنَّهُمْ مِنَ الْعَذَابِ الْأَدْنَى دُونَ الْعَذَابِ الْأَكْبَرِ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ. Whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent messenger to any nation, any people, any town, any city, he sent small, chastisements, so that the people should wake up, so that they now listen with attention to the call of the messenger of Allah before the final destruction. So that was the case at Makkah also. It is historically established. وَلَقَدْ جَاءَهُمْ رَسُولٌ مِّنْهُمْ, and a messenger had already come to them from among themselves. فَكَذَّبُوا, but they refused to accept him. They belied him. فَأَخَذَهُمُ الْعَذَابُ وَهُمْ ظَالِمُونَ, So the chastisement took over them, and they were the evil doers. فَكُلُوا مِمَّا رَزَقَكُمُ اللَّهُ حَلَالًا طَيِّبًا. So, O mankind, you eat from whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided you, if it is lawful and clean. Halalan tayyiba, whatever is lawful, not forbidden, not haram. Tayyiba, clean. In kuntum iyyahu ta'budun. And you should thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, washkuru ni'matallahi, in kuntum iyyahu ta'budun. And for this, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you these bounties, you should be thankful to Him if you really worship Him. إنما حرم عليكم الميتة والدم ولحم الخنزير وما أهل لغير الله به. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has forbidden and declared haram for you 4 things. Number 1, al-mayta, the meat of the dead animal. Waddama. Number 2, blood. Walaham al-khinzir, and the flesh of swine. وما أهل لغير الله به, and the meat of the animal which has been sacrificed for anybody else except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَمَنِ اسْتُرَّ غَيْرَ بَاغٍ وَلَا عَادٍ. But whosoever is compelled by necessity, he is dying with hunger and he has nothing else to eat, for that is permissible for him, but with 2 conditions: غَيْرَ بَاغٍ, not craving for it, وَلَا عَادٍ, and not transgressing the minimum limit to keep alive, not more than that. فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. So if a person is in such a distress and he has to use something from these 4 things which have been declared unlawful, haram, he can take something to save his life. وَلَا تَقُولُوا لِمَا تَصِفُ أَلْسِنَتُكُمُ الْكَذِبَ هَذَا حَلَالٌ وَهَذَا حَرَامٌ. And don't say with your tongues incorrectly that this is halal, permissible, and this is haram, this is forbidden. What does it mean? It's for Allah to decide what is halal, what is haram, what is forbidden, and what is permissible. لِتَفْتَرُوا عَلَى اللَّهِ الْكَذِبَ. Not that you should fabricate lies on Allah. You hold an opinion of your own and then say this is from Allah. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَفْتَرُونَ عَلَى اللَّهِ الْكَذِبَ لَا يُفْلِحُونَ. Those who forge and lie against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they will not be successful. مَتَاعٌ قَلِيلٌ. This world is a little enjoyment.